For decades, Nike had the simplest advice in sports: just do it. But the company that turned confidence into a slogan is now stuck explaining why its comeback is taking so long.
Nike is also declining this morning, around 10% down.
Anytime that we come through with a new strategy, a new approach, and a new leadership, and dimensionalizing the brand, we're having to look to where we reposition resources.
Nike hired this new CEO, Elliott Hill, who had been an executive at Nike for decades, and he was completely beloved by employees. But even under Hill, who has had so much expertise with the company, Nike is still really struggling.
Hill was supposed to be the insider who could bring Nike back to itself.
Before Elliott Hill took over Nike, Nike was being run by John Donahoe. Nike prioritized its direct-to-consumer channels, so it pulled out of a lot of those retailers. It really strained some of those relationships. Shelf space opened up in those retailers, and newcomers like On and Hoka filled those shelf spaces and really took over some of that running market share.
After years of fairly steady dominance, Nike's trio of flagship brands, including Jordan and Converse, have all suffered decreasing market share since 2023.
Donahoe really prioritized the lifestyle shoes, so Air Force Ones, Dunks, and really flooded the market. They lost their cachet, and Nike fell behind in areas like running that were so key to the business.
Make the logo bigger.
Under Hill, Nike has really focused on regaining its dominance in sports, rebuilt relationships with a lot of the retailers. The running business has seen growth again. Nike is getting back on track in North America, but other parts of the business are still really struggling. Nike's China business continues to show decline. Its Converse business has reached a decade low.
On top of sales, banner moments in sports that Nike used to own are going to other brands.
For Adidas, they had 2 runners that broke the 2-hour marathon record. So this was a huge moment for Adidas and one that really left Nike behind. Nike also put up an ad at the Boston Marathon that was quite controversial. It said, "Runners welcome, walkers tolerated." Nike eventually had to take down the ad.
In addition to winning back athletes, Nike needs a deep bench.
One structural challenge at Nike is their succession line. There was a big talent exodus. They're missing that kind of middle ground of people who've been at Nike for years. Shareholders have been really disappointed with Nike's results. Investors are getting really impatient to see Elliott Hill's plan show more progress.
Hill's plans include halting heavy discounts to restore premium pricing, repairing relationships with wholesale retailers, and focusing on sports instead of fashion. With arguably the world's biggest sporting event on the horizon, Nike will have another chance to prove itself, though its first attempts have been wide of the goal.
Nike released their World Cup jerseys. People started to notice that these jerseys had a major flaw. The shoulder of the jersey kind of puckered up, both on players and with fans. June is going to be a huge month for Nike. The World Cup begins in North America, and the company shares its next quarter results.